I'm Leandra from PaperArtsy, and this video is sharing with you all the new stamps from the Emma Godfrey collection under the Eclectica range of stamps. Emma's got 3 new stamps available immediately and another 3 shortly to follow. Fantastic stamps that are really going to work well with all your journaling. They also work for scrapbooking and cards, but she's kind of gone in a slightly different direction, so I'm keen to show you what she's done this time round. Let's take a look. So here are our 3 stamp sets by Emma Godfrey. 2 of these stamp sets, the hearts and the circles, were released very early December, and so we just sort of did a late release at the end of 2015. But this plate here, the flower one, this is brand new. You can see that Emma's taken things into a much larger format than she was previously doing, and that's because most of Emma's work that she seems to be enjoying a lot now is her journaling. So she just finds that these work really well for making backgrounds and things, and there are 3 more stamp sets in the same vein to follow and very early on in 2016. So I'll start with some samples from the hearts plate. So we had Etsuko Noguchi from Japan. Konnichiwa Etsuko, yoku dekimashita ne. And these are fantastic samples that she's made with a real sort of tick to scrapbooking. So she's got lots of little pictures and things going on, as you'll see as her stamps come up, her samples come up. She's used shrink plastic there for the flower, which is why the flower is considerably smaller than it is in the stamp set. And a bit of mixed media background going on there too. Next up, from Lauren Hatwell. Got a lovely colourful creation. This one's using the well, it's using both sets, the hearts and the circles. So she's got, I love how she's created this sort of spotlight technique with the circles crossing over the top of the hearts, and she's coloured that in really well to sort of really emphasise that and leaving some of the black and white. Fantastic. There's another one from Lauren. So this is using the heart stamp set. And she's got some stitching, it's handwritten sort of cheaty stitching going on. This one here is from Annika. Annika's in Belgium, and she always does beautiful bright colours in her work, and you can see that in both of these samples. I love the vellum layer on here and how she's just selected 3 hearts. Very simple and minimalist use of colour, and it's always so pretty. So that's the heart stamp set, EEG Eclectica Emma Godfrey 13. If we move on to plate 14, the flowers and some flower samples. So again, another one from Etsuko. And she's done a few with shrink plastic. That one's also from Etsuko, and so is this one. Again, another little scrapbooking tag. Oh, and we've got this masterpiece that she's created. Hang on a minute, let me move those out of the way. So this is one of those interactive pieces. So you pull on the tab and it pops out the pictures. Some lovely cherry blossom from Japan. I wonder if she went to the Hanamatsuri festival. Very cool, thank you for that, Etsuko. And then this one here from Lauren Hatwell. So she's got lovely layered flowers, really touchy-feely background. And here's one from Annika. Now this time Annika's taken the flower stamp and she's doodled or zentangled in each of the petals just to make it her own. And then this is a bit more stripped back. So just using the inks, bright and colourful inks, to create fantastic little cards. When you need a quick and easy card, that's a great idea. Here's another one from Etsuko in Japan. And she's used the large circle here as a frame. This one from Lauren Hatwell. So she's got a little girl with eyes and hair, I don't know if she's got her head bandaged up, but it kind of looks like she might have. But it's a typical creative use of stamps from Lauren. Her dress, you can see, is made by this circle here. And here's 2 tags from Annika. That's using obviously the flower plate and the circle. And Annika also did this really great canvas. So she's got some texture in the canvas, that tape that builders use, that sort of joining tape. She's created a bit of texture there and then just made the flowers the focal point, which obviously are using that circle stamp. And then let's take a look at what Emma Godfrey herself has made. So when Emma makes her journaling backgrounds, she's often will cut them up into smaller samples for bookmarks or cards, all kinds of uses really. But she's really into making these multiple layered backgrounds. Here's another one using the flower. This one's a bit of a resist technique, so she's got some white embossing on there and then added layers of paint on top of that. And this one here, a bit more simple, but it's the same background, and she's just this time stamped the heart and cut it out and stapled that onto the tag. So let me show you Emma's journal, because this is the kind of thing she often will do. So this one's using the flower stamp set, and lots of layers, stenciling, a little bit of gold on there, and she's cut and layered the flowers out. This one is a bit more she really wanted to try and create some white space. So she's got the circles here, but it started out with these splats of brown, which were left over from a previous thing that she'd done. So she started with those splats of brown and then just stamped the images and added colour and then a little bit more stamping and stenciling. But I think this one, if I can find it, is her favourite. So this one, she created one of her typical mixed media backgrounds with the multiple layers, etc. And then she used the black paint to block out in between where she'd stamped the images. And it's always such a striking technique when you block that out just to leave snippets of that colourful background. And then obviously she's added some white pen to these images, and also some stamping in white just to sort of fill the gaps and blend it through a bit. So that's a fantastic idea. You should really try that if you haven't done that yet. And then again, the same background that I showed you on those tiny little tags, she's on this particular one framed it, and there's layers of gold in there as well. She's got it looks like a very high gloss gel with a bit of gold in it through on the lower layers, and then pop that in a frame. Great idea. So well done, Emma. Congratulations on more stamps, and we look forward to the next 3 arriving very soon as well. If you would like more information on the samples that you've seen in this video, the people who made those samples, or if you want to know where you can buy these products, then click on the link in the description below on this video and it will take you straight through to the PaperArtsy blog post that matches this new release. If you'd like to find out about more of our 2016 new product releases, click on the playlist and you'll be able to see lots of other videos with other new products from us here at PaperArtsy.